how were you able to refocus and perform in the second half after a long time off?
I mean, just never lose. Like, you're never out of the game. Basically, having the headset on, listen to the calls that Coach Lester was making, it just allowed me to feel what was going on and how the flow of the game was going, and looking at their defense, seeing what they were doing and what would happen if a play that we called against it. So, I mean, I never really got out of the game mentally, just physically staying warm. So that way when I came back, I was able to do what I did.
So I'm gonna guess you're gonna tell me that the players are not wearing down mentally, but if not, why not? How are you guys not wearing down with all the the losing?
Why? Like, what's the point in hanging your head and feeling sorry for yourself when you have another opponent? I mean, you don't want to go into a week and get blown out 59-3 or 59-0. I mean, next week we have Boston College, who they barely lost to Florida State today. And we all know Florida State's a defending national champion. They're undefeated still. So, I mean, Boston College is a very good team, and they're capable of putting up a lot of points, and their defense plays really well. So, I mean, we can't hang our heads going into next week, or we're going to get thrashed, and we're going to look like a joke in the ACC.
Yeah, after that really tough, offensive first half, what can you say about that 46-yard play to Ishmael? Do you feel like that kind of swung the momentum a little bit?
Definitely got us going. It got everybody a little juiced. I mean, we talk about having the juice a lot, and I mean, when you go into halftime, what were we down 27 or something? I mean, so it wasn't pretty. But, I mean, when you give guys a big play like that, everybody gets juiced, and we get back out there and we get the momentum swinging our way. So, I mean, yeah, you could say that.
Anything else for AJ today? Jesse?
About Ron's touchdown run, just kind of what the jumbo package does for you guys?
I mean, it allows us to put bigger, more athletic bodies on the field and run the ball and throw the ball effectively. I mean, having those guys in there, having him and Micah, I mean, they're both very athletic and both can very well play tight end. So putting them out there, it makes our offense a little bit heavier and a little bit more dynamic.
Did you think you missed him at all the play before? I know he was waving his hands in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, when getting back to Coach Lester, it's designed differently. So when I saw Josh, I was like, well, I guess Ron didn't get out. So I just threw it away. And then he comes back to me, he's like, no, I was open, I just stopped. So it's not something that I looked for.
So AJ, you personally, what is it that you take from this experience going forward into, not next week, but into your career?
I mean, really, it's just being as prepared as we were. Having a bye week and having that extra week to prepare for a team, mentally you're aware of everything that's going on.
No, I'm talking about your personal experience here, taking that into sophomore, junior, senior year. What are you taking from this personally? I mean, it's been a tough learning experience for you.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that I want to take away from it. I mean, leadership. I mean, as I said, we talk about bringing the juice a lot, and I mean, that's one thing I pride myself in is I'm never going to sit down. I'm never going to be quiet. That's just not my personality. I'm flamboyant. I'm loud. And that's just how I am. So, I mean, it's just continuing to be that person and making sure that everybody around me is juiced and ready to go and has that same fire and will to win.
Good question here. All set?
AJ, you had some plays going. You made some plays, a big pass like you talked about. Was the rhythm a thing that was a tough thing? You had really just the one series where there was.
I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot a lot. I mean, coming from the first drive of the game to where we had a mental error. I mean, between me and my center, I didn't get the call, I guess, loud enough for him to hear it. And then the following play, just having the ball slip out of my hand, that stops us, and we have momentum then. Then the following drive, Gully gets the ball, fumbles, that stops us. And then the third drive, getting all the way down to where you can kick a field goal, and I throw an interception. I mean, that killed us in the first half. So, I mean, it was never a matter of rhythm because we always had it. But it's a matter of the offense and us mentally shooting ourselves in the foot that stopped us today.
I'll say that, us freshmen, we just really want to change this program around. I mean, tough loss, tough year, but sometimes the Lord put people and teams through trials and tribulations, not just to like scare them or anything, to like make them stronger as a team. And I say after this game, we learned a lot. I talked to Irv, AJ, and Cordy. We're just planning on putting in a lot of extra work next year and hopefully really change this thing around.
Sam?
Yeah. Obviously it's a tough loss, but 97 yards. How do you feel about your performance today?
I don't really care about the performance. I mean, I really wanted to win. I just really wanted the seniors to live off something as they played their last game in Pitt. And I really don't care about the stats.
Have you seen progress though in the guys? You played a lot of young guys. Have you seen progress in yourself and these other?
Most definitely. I've seen a lot of progress. I mean, I was surprised when Zaire Franklin went in there and he just played like he was a 4-year player. So I say, yeah, it's a lot of progress, and we're only going to get better from here on out. So, yeah, it's a lot of progress.
Go ahead, Sam.
You know, I think you had that 15-yard catch, and then it got taken right back with a 15-yard penalty. Did Coach say anything to you after that, or, you know, what's kind of feeling like that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely Coach said something to me. I mean, that was just an immature move on my part. I mean, I was just caught in the moment. I was really hyped, but sometimes, you know, it goes bad. But, you know, I'm just learning from all my mistakes and hopefully just capitalize on all of it next year.
Steve, one more. I'm not trying to be the psychologist here, but sort of I am. Any risk, chance that you young guys could be damaged, you know, emotionally, whatever? I mean, it's been tough. You guys have been battered and beaten, and you don't know how to win at this point. Is this going to affect you in a bad way going forward?
No. I'm really excited that we're going through this because as a person and as an individual, most people will just quit throughout this time. But, you know, we're as a team just getting better. I look at this like, because most people, they can't take this. But if we could take this, we just could move it up to another level next year. So, I mean, I'm just excited, you know.
Eric?
As someone who's continued to produce throughout all the quarterback changes, can you tell us where you are right now versus what you had expected? You're only a true freshman, your expectations coming into the year versus what you've actually been able to produce so far?
Can you repeat that question again?
How have you performed compared to what you had expected coming into the year, with it only being your first year in college?
I mean, everybody wants to do better. But I mean, I came here, I can't really judge how I did. It's just on the fans. But I really wanted to do better. I really wanted to make a bigger impact and help the team, you know, hopefully make a bowl game. But, you know, sometimes it just don't work out like that. And as I said, we just moving on. We're just going to continue getting better from here on out.
Last question, Jesse.
Steve, you just talk about, you know, fellow freshman Antoine Cordy getting his first career interception and just, you know, seeing a guy on the other side of the ball have some success and what that means for you guys.
That's huge. I mean, I go against Cordy every day in practice, and I've been to Cordy with something special. He shows me challenge every time we practice. And, you know, I'm really excited about him, too, him and Juwan. So I say the future for us is really bright, and as I said, we're really working on just changing this whole entire program around.